people come from all walks of life. They all have lives they lead. Any and all are welcome here to come and chat with me.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. For those of you who are hearing me for the first time, this is not the way I normally sound. I have a cold, but don't worry, you won't catch it. The beauty of Zoom. Today's guest sent me a short but really interesting bio. He is a retired psychiatric nurse, a semi-pro singer, songwriter, and one of his songs was sung on The Voice. How cool is that? Ladies and gentlemen, time to find out more from John Elam. John, welcome.
Oh, thank you very much, Nancy.
So you're in Indiana, right?
I'm in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Is that where you...
I originally lived in Ohio, but I moved here to be closer to my grandkids who live in Michigan.
Oh, okay, great. No, go ahead, speak.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't born in Ohio. I was born in Kentucky, Ashland, Kentucky, home of the Judds. So I've got a rich country music background from my family. Of course, you know, when I got my first guitar, I was only about 11 or 12 years old. And, you know, my dad bought it for me and I begged him for it. And he says, now, I know you like the Beatles and I do too. You learn the Beatles, but learn some Buck Owens too for me. And that's what I did.
Very good. When did you decide and why did you decide to get into becoming a psychiatric nurse?
I felt like, you know, I wanted to have something that I could support my family on. I got married at a young age. Psychiatric nurse was a good thing. I had worked as a mental health worker and, you know, helped out doing that. So it was almost doubled my pay becoming a nurse. So I went ahead and went to school and got a board certification in psychiatry. And, you know, it was an interesting thing. I mean, it's truly a science where you use the science plus the art of dealing with people. I like people and I like science, so it was a good match for me.
So how long did you do that?
30 years.
30 years. There must have been some times where it was very stressful, I would think.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, it's that's one of the biggest problems with psychiatry is the patient a lot of times doesn't realize that they're sick. It's not like heart disease or diabetes where that actually makes you feel bad. A lot of times the patient just feels okay and thinks they're okay, but they're really acting in a bizarre, inappropriate way. So
would you say that music would be one of those things that helped you deal with that stress of the job?
Oh yeah, music is a big stress reliever for me. It has been ever since I've learned to play. You know, it's an emotional outlet. You can write about what's going on in your life, and it's fun too. You know, it's like any craft. You put the pieces together and you work on it and you polish it and you make it your own, you know. So songwriting and guitar playing in general has really been a good stress buster for me.
Now, as a semi-pro, a singer and songwriter, I'm assuming that you performed in public.
Oh, yeah. Until the pandemic, I was playing twice a week at nursing homes. Oh, nice. Doing my own originals, but primarily doing tunes from the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, you know, things that would strike the memory and the, you know, the good tunes that they love, jukebox tunes that everybody loves. Right. And but then when the pandemic hit, you know, I just put a lid on that. And I haven't, you know, I'm supposed to probably start back this year, but I haven't, I've just got back from vacation. So I'm back to work a little bit, semi-work. I'm retired from nursing,
Right.
but I've got a lot of interest, and that's one of them.
Oh, right. One of the things I think is so unfortunate is with COVID, this is the time when people really need to hear music,
Mhm.
right? Rather than the opposite.
Yeah, I offered to do a video show, and sometimes I do a video on a site called Street Jelly, and on that site I'm known as Rockabilly.
Rockabilly.
And,
Okay.
yeah, and so I'll get on there and do a half hour or an hour's worth of music, and now they tip on that site, so you can make tips and stuff.
Right.
But you don't have to tip. It's a free site if you want to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
But I do that every once in a while, but I haven't done it lately. I've been so busy doing other things.
All right. We'll explore the other things in a second, but I want to just keep to the music for a second. How did you get one of your songs performing on the Voice?
I have, there's 3 other writers on that song. My wife is also a singer-songwriter.
Nice.
She's also a nurse. She's not a psych nurse, but she retired. When I retired, I asked her to retire too. So she's retired too, but she's a writer on that song, along with 2 other writers, Ben Cucciarelli, Diane Gee, myself, and my wife, Julie. We got together, and it was in 2008. And we all sat around. We wrote a couple songs that day. And so after that, we had them demoed. And Ben got in touch with a Canadian company called Sound Design. And they offered us to put our songs in their catalog. So they pay you to put your songs in the catalog. And so one of our songs, The Beer Tastes Better in a Bubble Bath, was picked up by The Voice. And they played 17 seconds of the intro of that song on the battle show in 2013.
Right. Oh my God, that's so cool. That really is cool. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah. I mean, so we all got royalty checks.
Right.
And I still make about $100 off of reruns and stuff from that. My wife does too.
Yeah.
So we split the writing 4 ways.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got an initial payment for it to be in the catalog. So we made some money off of the song, and we're still making money on it. It plays on Practical Jokes, plays on Saw Dogs. I mean, they use so many seconds of the song on various TV shows,
Nice.
domestically and abroad.
Right.
So
That is so awesome. I love it. Now, you talked about you had a lot of different interests. So what are some of your other interests?
well, we just bought this house in Fort Wayne, so we're fixing it up like we like it. It's an older house, but it fits our needs. It's a ranch style house with a basement.
Right.
And so I've got a studio and a workout area where my wife and I work out, and then I've got a guitar performance area, and I also use it as a studio when I record too down here. So, and then the upstairs, we're redoing all kinds of stuff, redoing the floors and put new windows in the sunroom. I've got a garden. Just recently bought a shed, and so fixing up the backyard, power wash the fence, that kind of stuff. So we're getting it like we like it.
Tell me about Fort Wayne. What's it like there?
We moved here in 2019, the pandemic, and we started doing all those things, fixing the house up. So we're just about ready to explore the city a little more, and the pandemic hit. So
Wouldn't you know?
yeah, wouldn't you know? So I didn't really get a chance to explore it much,
Yeah,
where that's on our agenda of things to do.
right.
Okay, now that we're opened up a little bit more. So, I mean, we've both had our vaccines, and we just got back from Nashville. We spent about 3 or 4 days in Nashville. We have songwriter friends in Nashville that meet every year in May, and they all get together. And I mean, they're from all parts of the world. We have some in England, some in Australia. We've got Georgia, New Hampshire, Texas. So we all meet in Nashville and spend a week there just having fun and writing songs and just having a ball.
Right.
So we just got back from that. And then my son moved to South Carolina, so I went down to see him. And then we did North Carolina, did Biltmore State, took a little vacation. We felt so cooped up that we needed to just, get out a little bit.
Yeah, I think everybody's feeling the same thing, right?
Oh my gosh.
And
So free to get the mask off,
Yeah. We're still wearing masks and going in stores or anywhere like that sort of idea. Now, speaking about your children, are any of them into music the way you are?
Oh, yeah. I've got 2 adult sons, and they both play. One is primarily a guitar player, and the other one is a guitar player drummer. And so they can both play. I mean, ever since they were little, I'd always have guitars that they could play.
Right.
And, my guitars, and then I'd fix up little guitars for them so that they could play.
Mhm.
Bongos, maracas, made sure that Jeff wanted to play saxophone, but I couldn't afford a saxophone. I said, I got a deal on a drum. Would you play that? And if you get real good at that, I'll buy you a sax. Well, he took off on the drums, and there was no looking back. I bought him that drum, and then I got him a 3/4 size set, and then I bought him a full set of Ludwigs.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, that's really good. What else did I want to ask about? Oh my gosh, just sorry. With my cold, sometimes I just can't think straight.
I know how that is.
Yeah, I don't know how we connected. Which is really good though, and I don't think I told the audience that the time difference, I kind of screwed things up this morning. I appreciate your patience with me for having messed it all up.
Oh, that's okay.
I mean, your bio did say Indiana, so I knew you were in Indiana, it's not like I didn't know, right? But I just wasn't paying attention to it. So this
I do the same thing. I write with a guy who is in Scotland. And usually we write in the afternoon, like 2:00 my time, 7 p.m. his time.
Yeah.
The last time we wrote, he says, I can't make it that time. Can we do 7 a.m. my time? I said, okay. So that's 5 a.m. my time. So I said, sure. It was 10 a.m. his time and 5 a.m. my time. That's the way it was. I said, sure. So I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and we wrote for about 2 or 3 hours.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to think early in the morning. I mean, I'm up early all the time, but I'm not usually doing anything where it takes much thinking, Right?
Yeah. I've been up early this morning too. I'm an early bird. I get up early, usually work out. I've got a garden that I take care of, brand new garden, and then I just baked a loaf of bread. I learned how to bake bread during the pandemic. It's a blessing and a curse because it's high carbs.
Yeah, but it's so good. Fresh bread. Just the smell of it alone, right?
I know. I'm driving my wife crazy with it because she's trying to cut the carbs out.
I don't know about you, but I grew up eating bread because, I'm 73, so my mother was baking all the time. Everything was homemade then, right?
Oh yeah. I grew up with homemade cornbread and fried chicken, and I mean, wow, everything homemade. Yeah. No such thing as a microwave.
Yeah, for sure. So, do you have any future plans for anything else other than working on your home and your music?
I think what we'll probably do, I've got 2 little grandsons, brand new grandsons. And then I have a brand new granddaughter that lives in Murrells Inlet, close to Myrtle Beach. So I got to hang out with her and my son this last week, but just hang out with the grandkids, write music. I'm interested in getting co-writers. And since I can Zoom with people, we can co-write, so this guy in Scotland, his name's Bob Strachan, and we've got a song going now that's finished, but we're just putting the final polishing on it.
Right. That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
It's so much fun to co-write. I mean, it is a lot of fun.
Very good. Well, I think we're just about out of time. Just hold on, stay on the camera for a bit while I say goodbye to the audience, okay?
Okay.
Thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed meeting John Elam, and kind of a fascinating career, and look up his music. Well, I'll try to get that all put in when I render the show in the editing, and I hope to see you all next time. Until then, everybody, peace out.
A sense of community, till the wax a place to be. A sense of community when you're free. Rolling through the mountains, rolling through the valley, rolling through paradise with me. It's multicultural, you're sure to see it all. Chilliwack's the place to be, you'll see. Come party in the park, go dancing after dark. Chilliwack's the place to be, you'll see.